Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Just in the middle of the day update. Not much going on. We had a little bit of a sell-off today, but still within the boundaries of this triangle pattern, within this structure that we talked about in the previous video. It is technically still possible from here to start a C wave to the upside in wave Y to form a larger B. That's still possible. So, but however, as you know, the requirements for a B wave have been fulfilled. So I already mentioned in yesterday's video, I'd be quite happy for the B wave to have top tier potentially. Yeah, it would be a healthy enough B wave to consider it. But if we get a high B wave, I always distinguish between, let's say, normal and high B waves. If we get a higher B wave, then we should see at least $44,710. Because it will basically test the previous highs, maybe even overshoot. Now that might not happen. That's unpredictable. As long as we have a healthy B wave, I'm happy in this structure of an overall wave 4. We talked about that this correction could take the entire week. It might stretch into next week, depending on how quickly we can work through this corrective pattern. So far, I've got an A wave complete. Again, the B wave might be complete, but I've still got the potential here for an extended B wave. That would even be possible if we slightly break below yesterday's low. There are many ways, because of the overlapping price action, how this could be understood. I have mentioned before that I see a potential that a triangle could be forming, but I cannot really confirm that without further waves, and further price action. What we have now is we have three waves. We have here potentially the A wave of a triangle, potentially the B wave. This could be the C wave, then a D, E, and the wave 4 might just be completing as a triangle itself. But it will determine on some more. Yeah, it will depend on a little bit more price action that I like to see really. Triangle can always happen in a B wave and also in a wave 4. It's just the question is always going to be, is it just an internal triangle in the wave 4? So is the wave B unfolding as a triangle, or is it the wave 4? We'll see. Overall, what you need to understand that the key support that we're really watching is at $34,070. That's really the main support level. That is the main level against which we still focus on higher in a still unfolding uptrend. What's happening within this correction is really just noise. So again, just a reminder and a warning that I would not recommend to trade the waves within a correction. That's also typically just not recommended. Corrections are typical good structures to think about protecting what you have, capital preservation, and then positioning oneself maybe for the next move, which again should be higher or should go to the upside as long as the $34,070 level is not broken, or the price at least doesn't sustain below it. At the moment, I see nothing unusual here, so it's still a little bit of up and down, a little bit of Friday price action. Volatility is even reducing, as you can clearly see. So compared to that move down and that move up, the last movements here were getting less and less aggressive. And as we're heading into the apex of this triangle shape, we can think about the right structure. But ultimately, I think what's really important to remember is that this is a corrective structure. So it's not an impulse at the moment. We're dealing with a correction. This correction, the way it's structured right now, and even with that C wave to the downside, which I would still expect, at some point to complete this structure, this overall corrective structure in three waves, it suggests trend continuation, and the trend is overall up. So I think that's key, and then trying not to lose money that was made within the trend. You don't want to lose money by trying to trade every single wave. There is literally no reliable setup within a corrective structure. Typically not, unless unless something really comes up that's clear. I don't see any, all of these movements here. We have to expect a lot of up and down in these corrections, and it's literally just a matter of, constantly evaluating where are we in this correction, and when can we call it complete, and what is overall still overall an ABC structure in play. And yeah, I think it is. So at the moment I'm watching, okay, is the wave C maybe already unfolding? But I would need to see a break below the trend line here to confirm it. And so far, this move down that happened yesterday was just a 3-wave move down. And also this at the moment seems to be a 3-wave move down. So it's just corrective up and down, which again means no clear sense of direction short term, and just basically sideways until the market can make a decision. Because eventually such a triangle structure that we see here, regardless of whether we call it an Elliott Wave triangle or just a normal triangle structure with ascending and descending trend lines, the market hasn't, it's a balance of forces. So the market hasn't made up its mind yet. So what does that tell us? It tells us we just need to be a little bit more patient, trying to hop on every little wave, because literally there's on this time frame no trend really. Yeah. But what you need to understand is a C wave is still expected to head down lower into the support area, at least from what I can see now. And okay, if that happens directly or after a higher B wave, we'll see. That's just what the market needs to tell us. And then ideally sort of into the region around 36.3K. But the first main level to watch is here at 39,260. And the lowest support that I want to see, so I want to avoid prices below that level, is at $34,070. That's my update about Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.